General overview and trend. Looking at the historical data for NVIDIA, we can see that the stock has been experiencing significant volatility over the past 3 months. The stock reached a peak of around 184 in early August before pulling back to the current level of 171.66. The overall trend appears to be in a consolidation phase after a strong uptrend that began in June. P. Price and volume. The trading volume has been quite high throughout the period, with particularly high volume days in late June and early August, often coinciding with significant price movements. The most recent trading day had a volume of 1,416,044, which is relatively high compared to the average volume, suggesting increased interest in the stock. Moving averages. The stock is currently trading below most of its short and medium-term moving averages, indicating a bearish short-term trend. The 5-day SMA at 173,482 and ENA at 173,2232 are both above the current price, suggesting downward pressure. The longer-term moving averages, like the 200-day SMA at 139,1185 and EMA at 139,706, are significantly below the current price, indicating that the long-term trend remains bullish. Technical indicators. The relationship between the price and the moving averages suggests that the stock is in a short-term correction phase. The fact that the shorter-term moving averages are above the longer-term ones indicates that the medium-term trend is still positive. However, the recent price action below the shorter-term moving averages suggests some near-term weakness. Linear regression. Based on the price data over the past 3 months, the linear regression trend line would show an overall upward trajectory, but with significant volatility. The recent pullback has brought the price closer to the trend line, which could act as support. Opening price prediction for the next trading day. Based on the recent price action and the closing price of 171.66, the opening price for the next trading day is likely to be around 171 to 172. However, given the high volatility, there could be a gap up or down depending on overnight news and market sentiment. Support and resistance analysis. Key support levels can be identified at 170, 168, and 165. Resistance levels are at 173, 176, and 180. The stock is currently trading between these support and resistance levels, and intraday movements are likely to be volatile with potential swings between these levels. Possible high and low values based on ATR 14. Based on the recent price volatility, the average true range suggests that the stock could move approximately 5 to 7 in either direction during the next trading session. Possible scenarios. If the stock finds support at 170 and rebounds, it could test the resistance at 173 and potentially move higher towards 176. If the stock breaks below 170, it could continue its downward trend towards the next support at 168 or even 165. The stock could also continue to consolidate between 170 and 173, waiting for a catalyst to determine the next direction. Conclusion. NVIDIA is currently in a consolidation phase after a strong uptrend. The short-term trend appears bearish as the stock is trading below its key moving averages, but the long-term trend remains positive. Traders should watch for a break above 173 or below 170 to determine the next directional move. The high volatility suggests that there could be significant intraday trading opportunities, but also increased risk.